Hello, well, happy Sunday. I think this is the last Sunday of January 2025. And I've been working on this for the past week. This is a vintage junk journal using the graphic 45 paper pad of the PS I Love You theme. And this is 9x6 and 2 3/4 spine. Has 3 signatures. It is a cardboard hardcover, and that's the front cover is layered with this beautiful doily that I got thrifting, and there's an angel on the back of it. So it's a love themed type junk journal, and this pretty trim looked really nice on it. And it's got some corrugated cardboard, some like paper sack, some different textures. There's lace, then there's this pretty trim, and I've got some German word pages incorporated into that, and some canvas fabric. This is a pocket made out of an envelope using the graphic 45 scraps of papers, and it opens up. It does have a magnet. There is a metal brad here, and this is an epoxy metal little, it was a paper clip, but I took the paper clip off of it and glued it on there. And it has a little pocket here. There's a window right here. And I didn't put anything in there because the paper, it's lined and it looks really cool, but you could put whatever you want in there. There's a metal brad. Well, it's a metal rose, and it's held on by a little metal brad. There's a little pocket here with a tag, and it's machine stitched, and it's a collage tag that I made from a masterboard. Little pocket right there, and there's another little metal embellishment flower right there. And this is a Tim Holtz Courier knob that I put on the front for the enclosure. The enclosure, this is an elastic fabric band, and I tied it right there, put it through a metal eyelet, and that's the enclosure, so it can expand. And then I did add some fringy lace to the bottom, so it's got some more added texture. Oh, there's also black canvas that I adhered this doily on top of black canvas, so that's all frayed at the edges. And inside there's the pocket, and this is ephemera from the graphic 45 collection. P.S. I Love You. I did add this little round frame here and a little heart. And this is a little pocket right there. And I just put a coffee dyed library card in there. And we got a pocket made out of this double-sided graphic 45 paper. And you'll see a bunch of tags through here. I made 3 masterboards out of like German words, book words, book pages, and some English ones. And I did some stamping. There's this heart stamp. There's other stamping on here. There's pattern tissue paper. And there's also this tissue paper that I had that has leaves on it. And then I added this little tag, and there's a flower with this is the wire, and I just curled the wire for added embellishment, put it on there with the brad. And I inked around the edges, and I did some stamping and machine stitching around. And these line pages are from an actual journal that I got at a thrift store. So I put those in here, and I did some stamping on some of the pages. This is just, I made a pocket here. It says joy, love, celebrate. And then I did some stenciling and added some vintage washi tape. And this is a black paper sack. The opening there, I have one of the tags, and I put lines on the back for journaling. And here's a little belly band with one of the tags that I made. They're all machine stitched. And over here I used a book page for a little coin pocket and have a little tag there. That one doesn't have lines on it, but it's got the stamping and the machine stitching, and there's a little epoxy word, special day, and it's adhered on top of cheesecloth. And this, I did put some lines on the back of that one. And I ruffled up some black lacy fabric I had, so it's got some black ruffles there. And this pocket has a coffee stained index card. And this tag has a belly band, and there's a little booklet with some paper, and I sewed down the middle of it to make a little book, and it fits just right in here inside this belly band. And I did put some lines on this one. And I made some paper clips out of different textures and the epoxy stickers. And I've got, different kinds of paper. This is resume paper. This is vintage writing paper. I did some stamping, and this is coffee dyed paper. And there's a couple of heart doilies in the middle. And the signature strings, they are wax thread. And I added different sizes of paper punched hearts out of the scraps, and put some buttons and just coordinating beads on them. And you can hang it on this side of your junk journal, or you can hang it down below. Have little tassels at the bottom. Lots of writing pages, so it's very functional. There's some stamps from the collection. It's another one of my tags with some heart stamps. And this one, I did some handwriting that you can't read, and just made a tag with some journal lines on it. And this is coffee dyed heart trim. The other side of that paper sack, there's a little tag here and a vintage word. I made a matchbook notebook with some papers in it from just the off-white cardstock that I used on the inside lining of this. This is ivory cardstock, heavy cardstock. And I did put some trim there, along there. I have a little pocket right here, and I made a little tag. I punched some hearts and put some netting in the middle, and it just fits right in there. Makes it a cute little love matchbook. This is wooden embellishment, and here's a pretty paper frame. And there's the other side of that pocket page. Lots of writing spots. Pocket page, and there's a tag, and I put some lines on the back so you could journal like that. And here's a belly band with some coffee dyed paper, and I stamped a rose right there. And this has a little tag on it right there, and all the embellishments that I added. And the second signature has the journal notebook paper. And I made a little corset here on the pocket. And there's a tag that's held inside that. And on top there's a pocket. And it has some curvy lines on it. There, again, there's the I use some of these flowers throughout. They're just plastic flowers. Has a little place here to put that in there. And this has lines on the back for journaling. Very functional. The other side has a pocket. The ephemera from the paper collection, always in forever. And there's a tag, an embellished tag. Smaller one. Here's some trim on the side of this pocket page. And some more of the coffee dyed heart trim. And here's a collaged coffee dyed index card with some stamping and different little textures on it. And here's another tag. This has a additional little tag on there with a heart on it. And there was a tear in the paper here, so I took some of the paper and I folded it in half and I put little brads there and glued it, and then put a little epoxy sticker there that's three-dimensional. It says "Wonderful You." And some blank pages for you to decorate or journal on. And in the middle I have a wide piece of lace that I made a pocket out of, and holding more ephemera inside that. And here's the little paper frame, and I adhered it that way so that you can add a photo or whatever you want on it, and then you can glue the rest of it down or whatever. And there's a little love thing that I had in my stash, so I added it to this center and added a tag in there. And the side pocket holds this ephemera. And go through all, I didn't even count how many pages this has, but I'll put it in the description of and the link to my Etsy shop. And there's another journal card and a bingo card that says love. And there's a little tuck here, and this is a vellum envelope with just some little graphic or graph paper in it to put notes on, and a little cute little paper clip. And another tag with some lines on it. And there's a tag held in here. There's another one of those gorgeous little paper frames that you can put something under there. And I added this cool trim. I just had about that much left of this trim. I love this trim. Looks really pretty right there. I had to find the perfect spot in this journal to add that cute little piece, fringy trim. And here I ruffled up some fabric, some lacy fabric, and I added some flat back pearls, and it looks really elegant, really pretty. And I have a vellum envelope here that I put a little heart on, and a little heart round frame with a heart in the middle. And in the middle I have an embellished index card, coffee dyed index card. And it gets kind of caught right there, so you gotta be careful. And this is in the very back pocket. It's just a really slim bookmark out of the masterboard that I made. And here is a wooden love accent on cheesecloth. And there's more ephemera from the Graphic 45 collection. And here's a tag where I punched out a heart and added fabric in between the layers. It's kind of pretty. I've never made one like that before. I was just messing around and see what I could come up with. And a couple of sheets of lined paper with some heart stamps on it. And more stamping. I know there's 2 pages here because it's really thick, but for some reason, maybe not. I can't get them apart. And here is some pretty, it's just really thick paper. That's what it is. This is my last piece of this embossed vellum paper. This one has roses, or no, just flowers and leaves on it. If you can see the embossed images there. So I put it against the black paper because it shows up mostly like right there. It doesn't really show up right there, but there's some more coffee dyed heart trim and a doily. I love this paper. And some resume paper, ledger paper, children's writing paper. And here's a little side pocket with a couple of coffee dyed index cards and a little belly band with a tag that has some layers hanging over the edge. And this is a pretty little pocket with a little vellum envelope, and it has a heart on it, but you just put it like that because only half of it is adhered on the vellum. And then there's just a little scrap of green cardstock in there, so you just go like that and then just slip it back in there. I love the sound of crinkled paper. And there's belly band with another tag. And at the top of this paper sack, I left usually I cut that open, but I left that shut and I made the pocket at the top. So you have another ephemera piece journal card there. And here's another pretty frame that you can add a picture underneath there of your loved one. The paper collection is really pretty. Here's the other side of the vellum page. And 3 more journal lined pages. And the last page is pocket page. And here's a postcard, and I did some writing that you really can't read. And I put some stamping and a journal area with lines. Here's another tag, fun tag. I like it when I can add these little tags and they just hang over the pocket like that. And the last page, this is really cool. I've never made one like this, but I used this black fabric, lacy fabric, and I cut out this angel out of this, and the angel was right here underneath where this is. So I cut that out carefully, and then I adhered it and made a fabric flip. And I put some trim up there and this gorgeous trim down there. And I kind of put a little library pocket there. And I added, journal card. And there's that rose stamp that I have in the background. And that turned out really cool. It says Ever After, handmade with love. And there you go. This will be selling in my Etsy shop as soon as I get it listed, because I'm doing the video first. And I'll put the direct link to this listing in the description below. And please like and subscribe would be appreciated. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.